Let's talk about replacing lower control arm bushings for first-gen Toyota Tundras and Sequoias. I'm going to be doing the stainless steel Fr33 Lance Fab bushings on a brand new Moog lower control arm. And if you're asking why are you replacing the bushings on these brand new control arms, the reason being is these polyurethane bushings, I really like the handling characteristics of them, I like the durability of them, and I think they're a big improvement over stock style rubber bushings. So we're going to be using these today. Very simple method. All you're going to need tool-wise is a ball joint press kit, a propane torch, a 4-ton bottle jack. You can use the OEM screw jack for replacing tires if you have that handy, a NRS cam strap, and then of course the bushings. Before we start any of the replacement, the very first thing we need to do is actually take these brand new bushings and we're going to put them in the freezer at least overnight before we plan to install them in the bare control arms. This time and the temperature, low temperature rather, will make sure that they shrink just a hair to make pressing them in a little bit easier, and then when they come up to ambient temperature, they'll expand ever so slightly and really lock into those arms well. So let's go ahead, take these, put them in the freezer. And with those in the freezer, let's talk about setup. You have to remove the bushing by pressing from the inside of the arm to the outside. And that is why we use a 4-ton bottle jack and a cam strap. So the first thing you'll notice is I have this NRS cam strap. It is wrapped around both sides of the control arm and then tightened in the middle, both sides nice and tight. This limit strap keeps it in the correct geometry, prevents it from bending that way. It just makes everything easier. The other thing that it also does is with the extra pigtail on the end, I am going to feed this through the center of the bushing, and I am going to leave a little bit of slack, and I'm just going to tie a big lazy knot in the end. I have done this method and pushed out bushings that decided to eject themselves at approximately Mach Jesus. When that happens, by us having a limit strap on that, it will prevent the bushing from flying across the shop, poking out an eyeball, destroying a window, anything like that. Again, showing you in the horizontal, I like to take my bottle jack, adjust it down all the way, and then I take whatever size puck is appropriate for the center of the bushing, expand this out until it's pushing it into place, and then once everything's locked in, begin the jacking process, and you will see pressure begin to apply to the center of this bushing and get ready to come out. We're going to start pumping it up until we see that center bushing. Some heat. Pop number 2. Get a little more heat. And there we go. Just as easy as that. And there we go. It's out. Now, for installing the bushings, I've pulled these out of the freezer, so I'm going to have to work fast so they don't get too warm. Installing, I am actually going to be using an H press that I have on hand. If you have a large enough ball joint press that can fit on either side of the control arm, along with the length of the bushing added into it, great, use that. I do not. I have the cheap one. It's not going to work. If you do not have this, I would highly recommend finding somebody with a press to press them in. It just makes the job easier. I've seen other people get by with using woodworking clamps or other type of, again, something that's going to apply pressure evenly on the spacer on the back end to allow the bushing to go through, and also press in the bushing evenly on the outside in. Whatever method you come up with, that's fine. I'm just going to be showing you using a H press. The one thing to note too is that these are cold. I won't show this in the video, but all the Fr33 Lance Fab stainless steel bushings come with installation grease. Make sure to lather either the outside of the bushing or the inside of the arm with grease before install to make it easier. So let's get over to that H press and show you the setup. And a quick note before I press this in, there are 2 separate bushings and they are different lengths. Make sure you line up the longer bushing with the longer sleeve on the arm. It would really stink for you to push in the wrong bushing to the wrong arm. But all I've done is I put a spacer on the bottom of the arm to allow the bushing to slide through, a puck on top to evenly apply pressure to the bushing, and then just a plate to hold everything up. I'm going to apply pressure and just push it in now. Make sure that it's fully seated on the flange on the control arm sleeve, and we are good. All done. Again, we're just going to drive it down until that flange is fully seated on the sleeve. Once it's fully seated right there, we are done. And there we have it. Fully rebuilt lower control arms for your first gen Toyota Sequoia or Toyota Tundra. Brand new again, stainless steel bushings, polyurethane, good, durable, excellent performance handling characteristics. And again, a couple simple tools, and you're good to go.